Hi gays, welcome back to my channel. I am Queen, and you are watching my YouTube channel currency update with Lucky. Before start the video, you should subscribe my YouTube channel, press the bell icon for more latest videos. Let's start the video. These are summed in our guru updates, starting off with Mark Z via PDK. The term redemption center may be throwing people off here in the States. I believe about 95% of redemption locations will be at banks that are set up for it with people trained to exchange foreign currency and equipment for verifying currency. When I say the term redemption center, it just means a place branch bank location where we will go and exchange. I expect it will be the same in the UK and the rest of the world as it is in the US. All right, Frank26 says, you know what we're waiting for? I call the second article from the CBI, basically, it's an announcement to the Iraqi citizens. Here is your new national currency. Here are your coins. Here is your new exchange rate. All these things are going to come out, in my opinion, very strongly, all right? And Ray Ren 98 via baby's mom. Bank source contacted Ray. They are super excited about this week, looking for large crowds to appear. All right, Samson has an article, quote, the Central Bank of Iraq boosted its gold reserves by about 2% in one day last week, unquote. Samson says Iraq storms the gold market with intensive purchases. All right, militiamen, with the amount of back and forth, everyone should be seeing this as final turning point. They're getting ready for this 23, 24, 25 budget. It's an investment budget, not an operational one. They're going to have to, over the next 3 years, get that budget to be at a moderate price exchange rate. 1310 is not going to work for this, all right. Mark Z via PDK, a lot of people sitting and waiting on go and sitting at the edge of their seats out of Iraq. I'm hearing they have made progress with the rubber stamping of the budget, and the final vote is expected tomorrow on their budget. But again, there is conflicting articles from their media, which is to be expected when you look at China, Kuwait, other RVs around the world. Misinformation is to be expected. All right, Frank26 is the proof of our monetary reforms are in the articles. Look at the numbers. Look at the accounting. Understand that everything they're telling you is impossible at a program rate. You're not easily fooled, are you? You're not gullible, all right. Deepwood says we have the advantage of looking back at the last year in particular and seeing hundreds of steps taken all in the right direction. Don't you agree that what they have done to date is amazing? I mean, there were years of nothing, scraping for something in an article that remotely sounded promising. Now take your pick. It's all good news. I mean, seriously, I don't want to wait any longer either, but if it takes another year, what's the difference? Try to be ready is the most important thing. All right, Hennig article, quote, in one day, the Central Bank of Iraq boosts gold reserves right by about 2%. And another quote, the central bank Mason Sabe revealed that Iraq bought 2.5 tons of bullion on Thursday, bringing its reserves to 132.73 tons, pointing out that the strategy aims to obtain more gold in the second half of the year. Iraq resumed gold purchases in 2022 after a 4-year hiatus as part of a program to diversify its foreign assets of about $100 billion. All right, Sandy Ingram, and this is, Series 1 of 5, quote, this is what happens the morning the IQD increases in value against the US dollar. Unquote. Sandy says the Iraqi Dinar floats to 25 cents to 1 IQD. It's not unreasonable to think that you could wake up one morning, and this could be the case. Your first task would be finding out where you can exchange your IQD for greenbacks. The bad news is, you may have to travel to the Middle East to trade your dinars. Or the good news is, the banks in the United States will exchange your IQD for USD, and stay tuned for the rest of the series on that. And Mark Z via PDK, so I'm trying to keep myself reined in with this news today, is exciting. I hope it plays out, and I'm hearing that this month is still very much the target, meaning there's a possibility of notifications and announcements tomorrow. That is the rumor. I am stunned at the number of well-connected sources that believe this is accurate today. From the number of communications I've received tonight, may be an interesting night on the boards. There is a very concerted effort to make this happen. I have a lot of excited bankers as well. Hope this is accurate, that chatter is through the roof. Frank26, question, have they stated which notes will coexist with the new small categories? Frank says all of them will coexist. All right, Ray Ren 98 says banks are excited. Agencies are excited, Iraqis are excited. Pretty soon you will be excited. Bank sources are stating that they are expecting live rates from this moment until it happens, all right? And lastly, from now we've got Goldilocks. This is part 1 of 2. Goldilocks says we currently do not have a rate change in Iraq, but we're getting closer. Let's take a good look at where we are. Iraq is currently moving into electronic mechanisms to design 2 fulfilled trades on both sides of a transaction. These mechanisms are internationally approved and internationally based. Iraq has built up their foreign currency reserves to stabilize their economy. They have issued new Visa and MasterCard credit to their people, allowing local and international payments.